You know that feeling, right? You've got guests coming over, maybe a storm's rolling in, and then, poof, your cat is gone. Just vanished. After a frantic search, you find them squished into the tiniest, darkest spot they can find. And your heart just sinks a little, doesn't it? You can't help but worry.
Why is my cat suddenly hiding? Honestly, this is probably the #1 question I get as a vet, and it's always packed with so much concern. It's really frustrating, especially when your usually friendly cat suddenly decides to become a ghost. It's totally natural to feel that pang of panic.
And then the questions start racing through your head, right? Are they just being grumpy? Are they completely terrified? Or, and this is the scary one, are they sick? Are they in pain? Well, today we are going to crack that code. We are going to decode the secret language of your hiding cat. Okay, let's get right into it. To really understand why your cat has taken up residence under the sofa, we've got to rewind the clock, way back. Because this behavior, it's literally written in their DNA, an echo of thousands of years of survival. See, your little house cat is living this incredible double life. On one paw, they're a stone-cold hunter who has to work alone. For them, a minor injury isn't just an inconvenience. It could mean they can't hunt, and that means they don't eat. But on the other paw, they're also prey. To a bigger animal, they look like lunch. So this instinct to just disappear, to hide from any potential threat, is absolutely fundamental to staying alive. So, let's get one thing straight right now. Hiding is not bad behavior. It's not your cat being stubborn or mad at you. It is a vital, hardwired coping mechanism. When a cat hides, they're basically hitting a reset button. They are taking control of a scary situation and actively lowering their own stress. It is their safety blanket.
All right, so when is hiding? Well, perfectly normal. The good news is, in a lot of cases, when your cat pulls a disappearing act, it's a completely healthy, totally predictable response to something going on around them.
I mean, try to put yourself in their paws for a second. That vacuum cleaner? It's a roaring monster. A dinner party? It's a chaotic invasion of their territory. Even just moving the furniture around can feel like a major earthquake. Hiding is just their way of saying, nope, I'm out. I'll be in my safe room until the world makes sense again.
And here's where it gets really fascinating. This isn't just a feeling for them, it's actual biology. We can measure it. Studies have shown that just having access to a good hiding spot, like a simple cardboard box, can slash a cat's long-term stress hormone, cortisol, by almost 50%. That's huge. And look, here's the data to prove it. In this study, researchers measured cortisol levels in the hair of shelter cats. The cats in just a standard cage had way higher stress levels than the cats who were given an enriched environment, which really just meant they had hiding boxes. A safe space literally changes their body chemistry for the better. It's incredible. But what about the other side of the coin? When is it not normal? This right here is where you become the most important person in your cat's life. You have to be a detective and learn to spot the difference between a cat who's just coping and a cat who's silently suffering. Now listen up, because this is the most critical piece of advice I can give you. Cats are masters of disguise. That same survival instinct that tells them to hide from predators also tells them to hide pain and illness at all costs. Showing weakness is dangerous. So if your normally social cat who loves attention suddenly becomes a recluse for no obvious reason, that is a massive red flag.
So if your cat's hiding has increased, it's time to go through this checklist. Are they eating or drinking less? Are they just not moving around as much? Have their litter box habits changed? Take a look at their coat. Is it starting to look a little scruffy because they've stopped grooming? Any of these signs, combined with hiding, means it's time to pick up the phone and call your vet.
Okay, so your cat is hiding. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's something more. What do you do right now? How you react in this moment is absolutely crucial for your cat's feeling of safety. Here it is, the golden rule. And if you remember nothing else, please remember this. Do not drag your cat out of their hiding spot. I really can't say this enough. That spot under the bed is their sanctuary. The second you pull them out, you're confirming their worst fear, that the world isn't safe, and not even their safe space is safe anymore. This just skyrockets their fear and can even make them lash out. So what can you do? A lot, actually. Be a good landlord for your cat. Provide lots of safe real estate. Cardboard boxes are 5-star cat condos. Make sure they have spots up high and down low. And if they've picked a spot, make life easy for them. Put their food, water, and a litter box nearby so they don't have to brave the scary open plains of the living room.
Little things like pheromone diffusers can also really help bring the anxiety level down in the whole house.
All right, let's wrap up by busting a couple of really common and frankly dangerous myths about cat hiding. These are ideas that might seem to make sense to us humans, but from a cat's perspective, they're terrifying.
Oh, this is the big one, the whole tough love approach. The idea that if you just block all their hiding spots, they'll be forced to get over it. This is a recipe for disaster. You're not teaching them to be brave, you're ripping away their only coping mechanism. All this does is cause their stress and anxiety to go through the roof, which can create even more problems down the line.
And here's a pro tip for you, a really subtle behavior to watch for. You might look under the couch and think, oh, they're just sleeping. But look closer. Are they in a tight, tense little ball? Are their ears twitching at every sound? That's what we call feigned sleep. They're not relaxing, they're on high alert. It's a coping strategy, not an app. So, to bring it all home, hiding is just part of being a cat. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. When you provide safe spaces for them, you're not spoiling them. You are speaking their language and meeting a deep biological need. But, and this is the big but, you have to remember that a sudden, unexplained change in that behavior is your cat's silent way of waving a white flag and asking for help. That's your cue. That's when you call the vet.
Remember, this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional veterinary advice. If you have any concerns about your pet's health or behavior, please consult with your certified veterinarian. They are your best resource for ensuring your companion lives a long, happy, and healthy life.